Hello everyone and welcome to the short video tutorial series of Planet Pro. I'm Mike Shaw. In this video, let's talk about how to use the 4 drawing tools for the markers. Now the 4 drawing tools are a new feature set that we added this year. So if you keep an open mind, you're about to discover some great tools that you'll use over and over again. Now first, to access the 4 drawing tools, let's add a marker. Then press and hold the pencil or the edit button on the bottom and a joystick will appear. You can use the joystick to move the marker, which is a much easier way to precisely adjust the marker's position than pressing and holding the marker to drag it into position. Now, you may notice 4 buttons on the sides of the joystick. These are the 4 drawing tools. If you don't see these 4 buttons, it's simply because you haven't subscribed yet to the 3D model feature. If that's the case, you may want to consider subscribing since there's such a useful feature. All 4 tools are related to the camera locations. The extended line and the double circle tools can help you find the camera locations, as I'll show you below. The Polyline tool will guide you to the camera location, and the Polygon tool will define the region for a camera location. Let's look at the extended line first. It only has one function. Given 2 points on the map, we'll draw a line that passes through both points. However, we can use this simple function to find the camera location based on a real photo. So I'll use this photo to demonstrate how this process works to you. This photo was taken in San Diego. Now, if you're familiar with San Diego, you'll probably be able to tell roughly the area where the photo was taken, but not the exact location. So now let's find out the precise location. First, I'll open the photo in Photoshop. Next, let's use the guidelines to draw 2 vertical lines. The key is to choose the lines purposefully so that each line will pass through 2 locations that can easily be located on the map. This is the first line I'll choose. On the top, it passes through the center of an aircraft carrier. On the bottom, there are 4 tanks here. It passes through the third one from the left. Now I'll go back to Planet, find the aircraft carrier on the map, add a marker, press and hold the pencil button, and tap to select the extended line tool. Drag the joystick to move the cursor to the center of the aircraft carrier. Tap the Add button to add a second point. Now drag the second point to the third tank. Make sure you put it at the bottom of the tank on the map, not the top of the tank. Tap the Line button to finish, and good, we're done with that first line. For the second line, it passes through a pier here. It also passes through the center of a pavilion. So we'll go back to Planet, add another marker, press, hold, and tap the extended line. Drag the first point to the pier, tap Add, and drag the second point to the top of the pavilion. Again, the center is not here, but here. Tap Done. Now zoom out on the map so that both markers are visible. And if I select this marker, the line will be drawn. If I select the other marker, the other line is drawn. So how do we show both lines at the same time? Just tap the top right menu button, tap to select Multi-Select, then tap the other marker and both lines are drawn. Zoom out on the map to find out where the 2 lines cross. It's over here. Zoom in and here we go. This is the predicted camera location. And here's the actual location where the photo was taken. As you can see, they are very close. Isn't that amazing? But it's actually a very simple idea. As long as the photo is perfectly vertically adjusted, all the parallel vertical lines on a photo will converge onto a single point, which is the camera location. And that's how we can use the extended line tool to find the camera location. Now grab a photo yourself where you want to know the location and try this tool and method yourself. I'm telling you, seeing is believing. Next, let's talk about the double circle tool. Let's take a look at these moon photos. As you can see, we have moons of different size compared to the people. So when you plan a photo like this, how do you know how far away you need to be from the person to get the moon size ratio that you want? Of course, in Planet you can set the camera pin at different distances from the person and then use the VR finder to see, but that'll take a few tries. But if you use this double circle tool, you can find the answer in just a few clicks. First, let's add a marker. This will be where the person is standing. Press and hold the pencil button and tap the double circle tool. Tap to add a point, drag the joystick, and you will see a circle. Look at the subtitle. Here it shows you the radius of the circle. This will be the apparent radius of the moon from your soon-to-be-determined camera location. Let's say you wanted to plan a moonshot where the moon size is double the height of a person, whose height is, say, 5 to 6 feet. So I'll drag the circle so that the subtitle up here says about 5 to 6 feet. That will be the apparent radius of the moon. Then the second number here is the radius of the outer circle of the double circle tool. This distance corresponds to how far away you should stand to take a photo if you want the moon size to be double the height of a person. So where is that? Tap the double circle button to end the drawing, then just zoom out on the map. And here you go. Don't believe it? Let's use the VR viewfinder to find out. I added a marker for a person here, and then use the sun and the moon finder to find a full moon. This feature also works well if you want to plan a moonshot that has a certain size ratio to a building's width, for example, like this photo. You just drag the cursor so that the circle has the same size as the roof of the building, then zoom out, and you'll see the circle of the camera location. That's where you should stand to take a photo if you want the moon or the sun to have the same size as the building. Again, we can use the VR viewfinder to verify this. Isn't that cool? Alright, so the last two tools are the Polyline and the Polygon. Well, you'll be happy to know that the most difficult part of this video is over, so these tools are much easier to understand than the first two. Alright, so let's add a marker, press and hold the pencil button, and tap the Polyline tool. Then you can use the joystick to draw a line, tap the Add button to add a point, and then drag again, and continue like that. And as you can see, by using the joystick to move the cursor, then the Add button to add a point, we can draw a track on the map. You can draw a polygon the same way. These two tools can be toggled between each other. If I tap the Polygon button, you can see the track now becomes a region. Tap the Polyline button, it becomes a track again. You can use this track for anything you want to draw on a map. For example, you can use it to draw a trail track to get to a camera location. On the subtitle, you can see the length of the track. For a polygon, you can see this area size. This means that you can use these two tools to measure the distance or the size or the area of a region. You can also import a KML or Gpx file with tracks or polygons like this one I created on Google Earth. They will be imported as markers. You can tap this one to see the track, or tap this one to see the region. So please watch the short video on the camera height to learn how to use the Polygon tool to define a region and specify a height for a camera location that's not on the ground. You can also watch the short video for the offline map to find out how the Polyline and the Polygon tools can be used to batch download offline maps. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and enjoy learning and using Planet.